Hello, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel. I am an old Star Wars fan, and today we got a lot of news coming out about the current kind of lineup for 2023 with Disney Plus. A few other things that they're hoping they're going to be planning here in 2024, 2025. And the funny thing is that when I started this channel, I wanted it to be more about the characters than the news. But with so much news coming out right now about everything from the Bad Batch to Mando Season 3 to Ahsoka to Acolyte to Skeleton Crew, I would feel remiss if I didn't cover this news. So this is going to be kind of like a lore character news channel all kind of wrapped up into one delicious dish. So here we go. This is from IGN. Now, they've actually talked about various things here. Now, we've already talked about the Bad Batch, of course. We know everything they've said so far, that they're coming back with Hunter, Rika, Eco, Tick, and Omega. So we got Mando Season 3. Let's see if there's any new news here. Of course, the baby Mando group definitely chose his papa in Book of Boba Fett. Din Djarin needs to redeem himself in the eyes of his Mando sect. Bo-Katan is about to lose her shit. The Darksabers. Oh, that's a bunch of stuff we already know. Alright. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Now, I've covered parts of this, but not really a lot of the gameplay. Supposedly, it features new force abilities and lightsaber fighting styles. And the character Cal is going to see just how far he'll go to protect the ones he loves as he runs from the reaches of the Empire in an even more uncertain time. We'll see Cal, BD1, and more return on March 16th. Now, some people have already gotten like the game to test it out, and everything I've heard has been just glowing reviews. I don't really care what the critics say. I care what the game players are saying. And I've even watched some of the streaming of playing the game. Absolutely love it. So, and there's a new Jedi Survival novel coming out March 7th. Now, if you're like me, I prefer the books to some of the movies because you can put more in a book than you can on the big screen or little screen. Now, this is something I knew nothing about. Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. Now, they're supposedly talking about this more at like D23. I haven't heard much about it, but apparently it's a series focusing on younglings from the High Republic era. Keep in mind the show was intended for younglings, preschool through grade school. So I'm wondering if it's going to be something kind of like Sesame Street or kind of like the Muppet Babies. Yes, I'm showing my age. Where they teach you, how to count, how to add, subtract, multiply, divide, that kind of thing, right? But I really hope they don't get political. That's all I'm saying. Leave the babies alone, all right? But here we go. This is the next one. Star Wars Visions Volume 2. Now, we have spoken about this on the channel, just mentioning it. Apparently, it's an animated anthology series touting 9 anime short films produced by 7 Japanese animation studios. Okay. This time, sourcing will be more international. Japanese, Indian, UK, Irish, French, South African, Chilean, and US-based studios. Good grief. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I have not seen the first season. There's a lot of mixed reviews on it. You either liked it or you didn't. I'm going to watch it later and kind of talk about it. But for now, hey, there's more Star Wars content. Let's hope it it's awesome and people really like it. Of course, we can't talk about, 2023 Star Wars without a Ahsoka. Rosario Dawson is back as everyone's favorite. Don't take no shit off nobody. Of course, there's apparently gonna be more people from Star Wars Rebels. Now, personally, I liked Rebels. I liked watching it. I thought it was fun. Unofficially, Hera and Chopper are gonna make appearances. I hope they do, but we'll see. But of course, there will be Sabine and Ezra Bridger. Hayden Christensen is back, baby, as Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. Every clash between these two characters so far have been nothing short of awesome. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this. Number one, Hayden Christensen and Rosario Dawson have been on different productions. I think a couple of them have been rom-coms. But they've got great chemistry. They've met a few times at like Star Wars conventions. Awesome actor and actress. I think they're just great people. I think that they're excited to come back and really give the fans hope in Star Wars again. Now, there's no date yet for Ahsoka. People are thinking maybe the fall or winter of next year. Of course, we've got Skeleton Crew. There's not a whole lot of information so far. It's supposed to be kind of like an E.T. kids lost in space kind of thing. I don't know. Outside of 4 kids, that's all I could tell you. People in the know are kind of comparing it to Goonies, where yes, you've got kids, but they're in highly stressful situations. Goonies could not have been made today. But anyway, I'm interested in it. I don't like the comparison to Stranger Things, because I don't really care for Stranger Things. It really didn't hook me. I know I'm in the vast minority with that one, but that's just me. But I like how they're kind of broadening the spectrum of Star Wars. Because even if you go back to the 80s, 90s, and 2000s, the books had kind of something for everybody. If you wanted the more kind of romantic dramas, they had those about Han and Leia. If you wanted the more kind of spy, Mission Impossible genre, you had that with X-Wing Rogue Squadron and then Race Squadron. If you wanted more of the quote-unquote traditionalist, which were more kind of Force-focused, they had a lot of books about Luke Skywalker, him rebuilding the Jedi Academy and such. So there was something for everybody. So I'm really liking how Disney is taking that mantra and kind of opening it up, because there's volumes of stuff that most people don't know about Star Wars. There's volumes of locations in Star Wars we've never seen on the big screen, outside of maybe video games. So I'm liking how they're really just, opening it up to kind of everyone kind of can relate to something. So I like that. Now, of course, looking forward to the future, there's Andor Season 2. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know. Again, I couldn't get into Andor. I thought it was really dry. And that's coming from someone that watches British television on a regular basis. So, kind of a knock at myself. But, I just couldn't get into it. I couldn't. But a lot of people seem to like it. And again, I mean, if that's your cup of tea, do it to it. I'm wondering kind of where they're going to lead it. But what do y'all think about Andor Season 2? Where do you think it'll go? Now, don't worry about spoilers because Andor is completed for Season 1, so just, gone. Now, the Acolyte, I'm really excited about the Acolyte. Number one, because I love the villains in Star Wars. They're never one-dimensional. All of them think that they're the hero of their own story. So, we do actually have some of the plot points now for Acolyte. Of course, we know it's the first Sith-led Star Wars thing. Supposedly, it's a scheme by the Sith to infiltrate the Jedi at the end of the High Republic era. This mystery thriller promises to show the rise of the dark side of the Force as a former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate something that maybe will be tied to the Sith. Supposedly, it's supposed to be more grim, more dark, more sinister. If you grew up in the 80s and even some of the 70s TV shows and movies from Disney, they had their dark, sinister shows. They did. I'm still traumatized by some of the stuff I watched from Disney back in the day. Even as an adult, I'm like, nope, never watching that. But you can be grim and monstrous and very sinister without being overly dark. Okay? You can. So I'm interested to see kind of where they're gonna go with this. And we'll just see what happens. I mean, personally, I'm more excited about this than I am Mando Season 3. I know, I said it. But just bear with me. There's supposedly a lot more stuff coming out, but these are the major hitters. Let me know what y'all think about each one of these things. Acolyte, Young Jedi, Ahsoka, Andor Season 2, and I'll see y'all in the next one.